Welcome. My name's Jeff.
Welcome back to the season finale, you guys. This is episode number 26 of LosFirstGen. This is Thalia and...
This is Aaron.
The homito, Aaron.
The homito, Aaron. I thought you called me the Home Depot. The Home Depot. I was like, what?
How my grandma calls the nursing home Home Depot. She told her kids, she was like, pero nomás no me pongan en un Home Depot. And they're like, what, a Home Depot?
Yeah, don't put me in a Home Depot either. I'll buy everything.
So this is our season finale, you guys. I know we didn't warn y'all. It would have been nice if we warned them. But we kind of just came up with it because we've been filming for 6 months straight, basically.
Bruh.
Since January through this. And I think y'all need a little break from us, huh?
Yeah.
I think they're tired of our shit.
Right.
We be talking too much.
Agreed.
About nothing.
About nothing.
We don't even make sense.
Why are you even listening? Crazy ass.
I guess we could get into our week real quick. Do you want to tell them the news? What we did? The mistakes we made?
We were very... Are you talking about the truck? We're very financial irresponsible.
Yes.
This week. But it's okay. You know, I feel like we've been good for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everything. Literally, one of my, not dream cars, but one of my cars that I forever long for, that I will have someday.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you were like, you can get it, babe. And I was like, no, I'm going to be financially responsible. I should have fucking got it, idiot.
What car was that?
It was a 2005 Subaru STI.
Okay.
A beautiful fucking...
How much is that car worth?
2005, right now, about 25,000.
Yeah, so basically what we did, we were irresponsible, but not that irresponsible, in the sense that it wasn't just like a random luxury vehicle, right?
It wasn't random.
Like, we could have, what irresponsible would have been, like, you got a GTR or I got that
G-Wagon.
The G-Wagon, yeah.
Or a Porsche.
Yeah. So what we did is, I'm pretty sure all our viewers know, because all our viewers are homeboys and homegirls, most of them. We had a Trail Boss. What was it?
Yep. 2021 Silverado Trail Boss.
Yes, and so we got this as a work vehicle.
I mean, do they even know that we flipped a house or attempted to or did?
Yeah, they know that they know that we sold the house.
They do know that.
That's how we started. We started talking about our investment.
Oh yeah. So during that flip, we would always borrow your dad's truck.
Oh, I don't know that we talked about the flip, actually. I thought you were talking about the build.
You see what I'm saying?
You could talk a little bit about it.
Long story short, we flipped the house. It went terrible.
We didn't make any money.
We lost money.
We'll talk about it.
We'll get it, yeah.
On the next season.
On next season. We'll get into it. But anyway, it went terrible. Fucking God, that was hard. That was really hard. Yeah,
we were there a lot.
Bruh, I don't know how we made it out of that.
The nice thing is that we didn't live that far from it, huh?
Yeah. But anywho, for any little thing, we had to borrow her dad's truck, which was very inconvenient for us, especially for him. His truck had no AC, and so it was just it was hard. It was a mess. So after we flipped that, lost money on it. We lost money, but we got our money back minus some. So after that, we were like, bruh, we need a truck if we're gonna keep doing this. So we got a truck. We wanted not just a work truck, but like a nice truck. Mm-hmm. So we got a 2021 Silverado Trail Boss. It was really nice. I liked it. It was the most expensive vehicle we've ever had at like 47,000 maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, we put 0 down, and then payments were pretty high because of the interest rates. So we started the new construction, and then we couldn't pull heavy shit, and I was pretty disappointed. I mean, we could pull heavy shit, but not heavy shit.
What's the weight limit on that truck? Or I guess just give them an example. Like, we basically couldn't pick up tile.
Like tile, bro.
Obviously for the entire house, not just for like a restroom. It's
right,
for
so
the
it was
entire
tile
house.
And flooring.
Yeah.
And they're heavy, but it fits on one pallet.
Yeah, and so we couldn't do that with the truck, and it's like the whole reason that we had gotten this vehicle was to be able to help with that. I mean, one of the reasons, right? It's also for us, but a big reason was for that.
Right. Yeah, so that was disappointing. And then we went on this RV trip.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're looking at it like, damn, this RV was, you know, a cool experience. We should try like pulling an RV camper next time. It's basically the RV that doesn't have an engine. You pull it with your truck. So we wanted to try that. I'd be like, oh, that'd be cool. And there's not a whole lot of them that you can pull with the 1500 truck. There's some, not a lot. So, you know, we got to talking and I was like, yeah, 2500 kind of pushed it on her. If it's at 2500, we could do that with the 2500 and work stuff.
And the other thing is, hold on, I was like, I don't really like how like big bulky work trucks look, because if I'm gonna be driving it too, like I need to be able to drive it, and I just don't like how big bulky trucks look. And I'm talking about like the regular work trucks that you see on the streets. And so I was like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, we'll get one eventually. But then we saw the Silverados, the 2500 Silverados.
And I've been trying to... I remember that when I first showed them to you, you were just like, no, they're too big. But then after this RV trip, like you started looking at them and you're like, damn, they're kind of nice.
Well, like really looking at them.
Yeah.
But I made the mistake of looking at like the brand new ones.
To be fair, I also restricted us to 2023 and above because they had significantly higher towing capacity.
Just weird. Why wouldn't the other ones have it?
I mean, not that significant, but like significant enough
that you wanted the newer one.
Yeah.
But we also didn't have to get like the LTZ one, right?
No, we didn't. Not at all. I wanted that nice little screen. Stupid. The screen on the front bumper look with the headlights. It was a different bumper look. And I was like, bruh, ¿sabes qué? We're going to spend this fucking much. We might as well spend the little extra that the other one costs.
Obviously, we traded in the Trail Boss. It's not like we have 2 trucks now. No, we traded that in. And with the trade-in, like it paid a minor amount of the new one. And then we put a down payment. But we won't tell you what they're worth. You could just look it up and let us know.
2024 Chevy Silverado 2500 LTZ.
Yeah. And we're trying to stay to like a certain monthly payment, and we were able to get it pretty close, no?
Yeah.
That was the only way that we would make it work, is if we can stay under a certain amount.
Yeah, that was the thing. The payment for the other truck was so high. I was wondering, I was like, well, we can get this truck and stay around the same payment, then I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. Obviously it increased, but
it increased a little bit.
Not by a crazy amount, and even like insurance didn't increase by that much. So yeah, but we definitely plan on having this truck for a long time. So
a long fucking time.
Yeah.
But even then, like, they retain their values so well, so it's fine.
Yeah, and also we can carry a heavy shit, and we can pull shit for the new construction that we're building right now. For example, we've already cleared shit, so the process has begun. So who knows?
Clear shit. I posted the shit on my Instagram. I never post shit.
Go follow him. What is your Instagram?
If you go to her profile, I'm there somewhere.
I tag him on everything. My Insta's totally Italia. His is.
And I've recently made my Instagram public.
Yeah, he did. He was like, you had it private for some reason for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not like you post anything crazy anyways.
I just don't want people to know my life, but whatever. Ya aquí está. Pinche YouTube.
That was our financially irresponsible thing of the century.
Yeah. We do not splurge. I don't think we splurge.
No, if probably anything, in vacations.
Yeah, vacations for sure.
Yeah, anything like vehicle and even our house that we have, we did not splurge.
No, like material shit, we don't really splurge on it.
No.
So yeah, truck, pull heavy shit, no excuses this time. I could pull my cars, 2 events, so that's a big bonus. So
we also may be getting a trailer.
A little car hauler trailer, which works for both construction stuff and
leisure stuff.
Yeah, we can also get a little camper, check it out. We can rent one first, that way we don't buy one. And
yeah, I mean, that's what I told you. Yeah. Because we don't know if we're going to like them or not. Yesterday and today, they cleared the lot. Basically, the lot that we're building on, that we hope to be our home, but who knows? If the price is right, we'll sell it. They cleared where the driveway goes and where the house is going to go. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. And I was just reading up on the HOA shit, and there's a lot of shit I gotta do. Like, I gotta put fucking these certain rocks in the driveway as temporary driveway. 30 linear feet, 12 feet wide. I was like, bruh. And then also, if you get mud on the street, they're gonna get mad. There's definitely mud on the street.
What the hell?
Yeah.
We're gonna get in trouble.
Already. And also, we've never bought a new vehicle del año.
Oh, yeah, we
with
never.
0 miles.
Nope.
Never, ever.
And we always don't recommend that.
Always don't. Right.
Yeah, we always say never get it because it loses its value immediately after you drive it off the lot.
But these trucks, even used, were like the same fucking price.
Yeah.
So I was like, so it didn't make sense to buy used.
Yeah, but I'm saying for any other vehicle, don't buy a brand new vehicle.
Yeah, don't buy a new vehicle.
Or do your research. Like if you're trying to buy a brand new vehicle, just see what one with like a few miles is worth.
A few miles. Check it out.
And then you can make your own decision. Because if you want a new vehicle and you can afford it, then that's your shit.
Yeah, do your thing. I did skydive, so that was cool. That was the first time in like 5 years. I didn't even realize it was 5 years ago.
My sister was supposed to skydive with him, but she chickened out.
She did chicken out. She chickened out day of, like in the morning.
It's okay.
And then when she chickened out, I was like, pues sabes qué, pues I don't need to jump either. And I was like, after a little minute, I was like, am I being a little bitch?
Were you freaking out?
No, I wasn't freaking out. But then I was like, they said they're down to go, and I'm the one saying no. I was like, that can't be, because I want to, right? And I was like, yeah, of course I want to. Let's have this whole conversation with myself. So I was like, let's go.
Yeah. So we made it like a day thing. We went, watched him skydive, and then after we went to eat sushi at this spot that was literally right across from Texas State University, which brought memories and fights because we were fighting. We were fighting because Babe said that I lied to him and that I went to the river when I was in school, and I didn't because I never went to the river.
We fought about that?
I mean, we like bickered about it.
We did not bicker. It was like a conversation. Today?
No.
I mean, not today. The fuck?
That day? Yeah, in front of Salma.
That was just like brought up as like funsies. That was not.
It was not funsies.
That was not bickering.
Babe, the way that you were talking to me, that was not funsies.
What?
Yeah.
I was not.
You're like, I know she lied to me. Like,
I know she went to the river. It's okay.
Like, shots fired. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to be holding on to this lie. How many years now? You really be thinking that I'd be doing that shit? Yeah. It didn't seem like a joke.
Well, I guess I'll have to specify next time. Yeah. Every time. Be like,
he has to work on his
joke,
joking.
by the way, but I know you're lying to me.
See, that's how he is. How are you supposed to know?
Well, I just said this is a joke.
But I know you're lying to me.
That was the joke.
But you said this is a joke. But I know you're lying to me. So which one is it?
It's the joke. That's the joke.
You see how that's confusing?
I just thought of a joke.
Ew, what is that?
You wouldn't get it.
You're a creep. What is that?
The Joker.
Oh. Yeah. It's because he just finished watching The Joker. Wait, did you finish watching it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Yeah.
With Joaquin.
But it's like a more mental Joker.
Like it's like such a good movie.
But it's like into his psyche. It's not super action though. You know what I mean?
Super action, yeah.
A lot of people didn't like it.
A lot of people can go suck a dick.
I like that because it's like it goes into his psyche and like what people would do to him and what was wrong with him and all that shit.
Good.
Yeah. But anywho.
Whoever didn't like it, please comment down below so I can unfriend you.
So I can unsubscribe to you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works.
Oh.
So I can block you from my subscribers. I am drinking a Jack and Coke. And y'all thought. I am drinking Jack and Coke actually brings back memories from our topic that we're discussing. I am drinking a Coke.
What are you drinking?
A Coke with what are they called? Adaptogens?
Adaptogens?
Yeah.
They always trying the weirdest shit. And I'm trying it too, right here. It's in this. In my 1877 HEB mineral water.
You know that I had that one and
Mango
I didn't like
flavor.
it.
More for me.
That's fine. I prefer the LaCroix one. Mango. That's what we're drinking. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the motherfucking quote because we're getting this podcast moving because it's late as fuck. I had two that I liked. So let me start with this one. I don't believe in just ordering people to do things. You have to sort of grab an oar and row with them.
Let me read it.
No,
That was terrible.
I don't believe.
What?
It was bad. It was bad. I don't believe in just ordering people to do things. You have to sort of grab an oar and row with them.
Grab an oar?
Yeah, like when you're canoeing, an oar.
An oar.
So I don't believe in just ordering people to do things. You have to sort of grab an oar and row with them.
That's what they were called. I thought they were called paddles.
Okay, well that's not the point.
But they're not called paddles? How did you know that's what that was? Did you look it up?
No, but it's like common sense. You have to sort of grab an oar and row with them.
Row.
Yeah.
Row.
I'm gonna fucking look it up because Babe is never good with context clues.
I was not good at that part. The English part where it's like
You weren't good with that?
the English comprehension. No. Honestly, my attention span was so...
Span?
What did I say?
Your attention pan.
I said pan? I don't know. We need a replay because I don't think I said that.
I'm gonna replay it and I'm always right.
My attention span was very minimal, and like reading those things, I'd be like, blah, 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 blah.
Or a pole with a flat blade pivoting in an oar lock used to row or steer a boat through the water.
Fucking paddle.
I don't fucking know. Anywho, did you understand the quote?
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do shit yourself.
No.
Oh.
It's like you can't just order people to do shit without being with them in the trenches too.
Yeah.
Like, do this shit. Just like telling them to do shit and you're not in there with them.
Así como I'm not asking you to do something I wouldn't do.
That, but also if like they need help or something, you can't.
Like lead by example.
Yeah, like that. That was by Harold Green, Oh, wait, that's not Green. Harold Geenen? It's Geneen. Genin?
Getting?
Geenen? He's a businessman, according to this. They could have said what business he was leading. The other quote that I liked was, ultimately, I realize that what's most important is to be a learner. Many people know a lot about a little, but there are only a few people who know a little about a lot. Do you understand that?
And that, guys, is 2 quotes in one episode.
Yeah.
What a treat.
It's a season finale.
What a treat.
But did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
You always got to keep learning, you guys.
Always keep learning some shit.
Anything, like the stupidest things sometimes.
Yeah.
Or reading new things that make your brain work, because you stop learning and I feel like your brain starts like atrophying. Is that the right word?
Like your muscles now.
Yeah, like we haven't been to the gym, so
I feel so fragile.
Mm-hmm. We still have been ice bathing though.
What?
I am at 5 ice baths.
Oh, I thought you said we still haven't been ice skating, and I was like, damn, that's true. I've never been ice skating. I've never been ice skating.
Me neither.
You're a liar. Why haven't we been ice skating? Because we're fucking Texas. That's why, because we're in fucking Texas. Horses, cattle, farms, Cadillacs.
What a creep.
You've never been ice skating, because I was like...
You have?
I thought you took me, but...
Wrong bitch.
No, I've never been ice skating.
I don't fucking believe you.
I've never been ice skating, and someday somebody will take me. You know what I'm saying?
You know that I'm scared to do things like that because I don't want to fall and hurt myself.
Yeah, I'm over ice skating. No, thank you. Actually, my wrist already starting to throb. Because, like, I just imagine the fall, catching myself. Oh, off go my wrists.
I would need one of those things from when you go rollerblading that you grab onto that they give to the kids. I don't think the adults can get those.
Yeah, and then my knees. And then the cold. I know. No me lleves. But if you want, I'm down.
Me and more terrified about my tailbone falling on my ass, because that shit is already injured as fuck. And excuse me, why are you laughing?
Because we're old.
And I'm also worried about my knees. I think that's my main worries. But I feel like any injury is not a good injury at our age.
Yeah, for real.
Even though we're not that old, but my bones feel old. Anywho, we've been bathing. And I have done 5. You have done 4.
Is it ice bathing or is it just a cold plunge? Are they the same?
I mean, we put ice in there, I guess. Ice bathing.
Okay.
Whatever. I guess it's a cold plunge. Whatever. We put like 60 pounds of ice in there.
60 pounds of ice.
And we get in it, and
for fun, apparently.
It's not for fun. It's for the benefits.
It's for the benefits, you guys.
Bruh. You think I'd do that shit for fun?
It's so fun.
It is not fun. If you want to do it for fun, don't do it because it's not fun.
If you want to build your mental strength, fucking do it.
Babe fucking did 3 minutes, guys. I don't fucking know how he did it. You're crazy.
Do you remember the first time I did it? I was just standing in it. I wouldn't even drop in. Yeah,
but you were also like hungover and you didn't feel good. So I feel like you were trying to process. Now he's the Lord.
That's cool. I like it. I like after you just feel good.
Yeah, but when you're in there, it feels like, for me, it feels like my bones are like stiffening up and I'm not gonna be able to stand up. And then when I get out of there, I feel like stiff. I feel like my body does not work. Just like the first 10 seconds, and then you start coming back to life.
I imagine that it would help with inflammation, whatever inflammation you have in your body. Mm-hmm. Only because you apply cold and it reduces inflammation. So,
yeah, I mean,
I'm not sure. You're the one who's looked.
I've done a lot of research on it before I did it, and it's like inflammation. It helps with your metabolism. It helps with like muscle soreness. So if you did like a workout, it'll help with that. Mental clarity. So it helps you like manage stress and anxiety better because you're putting your body under like some great stress already, and so like the rest of the thing, and like it just helps you manage it better, like your body. You know how when you stress out, you like, it's like a mental thing and whatever, so it's supposed to help with that. My main reasons for doing it are inflammation, because I feel like with Hashimoto's, my thyroid condition, I have a lot of inflammation. It's like one of the big things. The mental benefits.
I feel like the inflammation thing alone is like it for me, top notch.
You feel like you have a lot of inflammation?
I feel like it's helped my knees. Like I haven't felt knee pain in a minute.
Don't jinx it.
And it's been raining too, bro. Usually in the rain, my shit be like, hurting. That's crazy. I actually just thought about that right now.
And we've been walking, so it's not like you haven't been.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, moving on.
But like, yeah, it definitely helps with stress también, no?
Yeah.
Because if you're stressed out about some shit and you're in there, you're not going to think about that.
No, I'm talking about like afterwards.
You're not going to think about your stress while you're in there, bitch. You just in there trying to survive. That shit.
I mean, during. But
nice.
I do, with my thyroid, I did hear that sometimes it messes people's thyroids up. So I got to like check with my doctor to make sure my thyroid's still good. All they have to do is like lower my dosage or whatever. But I have been feeling a little more anxious, and it's like for no reason, because there's literally nothing going on in my life that is making me anxious. Usually like I've been like watching my triggers and stuff, and there's literally nothing triggering me. So I feel, if y'all look up Hashimoto's, you'll see that if your thyroid is either overworking or underworking, it like can make you anxious. So that's fun.
Interesting.
And the only change that I've done has been that.
I think it's because usually the doctor prescribes at least 1 beach per year, and we haven't. So, I mean, that's why I'm like all antsy and shit. I'm like, and then hurricane season, so now I have to wait. The fuck?
Yeah, but I feel like there's other vacations that we could take that are not beach but are still relaxing.
Yeah, like in November. A ver dónde me llevan.
Oh, I was talking about like Lake Tahoe. Laying on the lake like this.
Isn't it cold over there?
Yeah, but you can still lay on the shore.
In the cold?
Like not in the water. In a sweater or something. It's still relaxing, I think.
I don't know.
It's because babe. I'm calling y'all babe. Babes.
Excuse me.
It's because babes. I tell babe that as soon as hurricane season starts, you know, everything gets cheaper and shit because hurricane season. But this girl, you ain't gonna catch me slipping on a fucking beach during hurricane season. No, thank you. I refuse to be caught in a motherfucking, what is it, a hurricane? Right? Mm-hmm. I refuse to be caught in a hurricane. What the hurricane season?
Makes sense. Is it a tornado during hurricane season? Yeah.
I can only go to the beach when is it right after hurricane season, so November I think through May, because I think June is when it begins. Yeah. But it's different for every different like
area.
Yeah, like this is like the Gulf,
Caribbean.
Basically the area down here, down in the south, like down below us where we'd looked at going like Mexico and all those areas. Yeah. So it's probably different like if you're going across the ocean.
Across the pond.
Yeah, so if we're trying to go to like Bora Bora or something, I don't think it's hurricane season there.
There's no hurricane season there?
There is, but I don't think it's now. I think they have like a different date. Are you ready?
No.
Okay, guys, we're talking about a serious topic today, and we decided to end it with this because it's like kind of personal, like super personal. Obviously, all of our podcast is personal, but this is like personal. So I'm going to start it with like a little lightheartedness, right? So let's talk about when we first got together, right? And like can you hear me?
Yeah.
When we first got together, how I was like, oh my God, I want a bunch of kids, remember? Mm-hmm. And you were like, oh fuck, no, I don't want no kids. Hell nah. He said, fuck them kids. Like,
nah.
And then later it switched, right?
Yeah, then I was like, all right, cool, I want kids. And then you were like, well, I don't know if I want kids.
And then he wanted them more because I didn't want them. It was like a thing.
Really?
Yeah. I think we had like, that was like a big conversation between us, and we're like, fuck, I don't know. And then...
Fuck, you don't know what?
I feel like we were like bickering, or not bickering, but it was like a kind of heavy on us. Like you wanted them and I didn't, and we didn't know if we were going to be on the same page.
Oh.
Kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
After that.
And then I didn't want kids.
Yeah.
So we just kept flip-flopping.
Yeah, I think it just kept flip-flopping.
And now I don't care.
We've been together for going on 13 years. And so that gives you a clear understanding. We got together when we were 18 years old. So obviously when I was 18, I think it's a thing where like your brain, they always say this, like your brain isn't fully developed, so you think everything's so easy. So in my brain I was like, oh yeah, we're going to have kids because that's what you know. Everybody has kids. And I come from a 4-kid family, so there's 4 of us. So then in my brain, I think I even told you, like, I want 4 kids. That's like, what...
No.
No. Yeah. And then after I started, like, analyzing myself and growing, maybe like 3-4 years into it, I was like, bruh, imagine. Because I would compare myself to being my parents' age. Because my parents had
yeah, they had me and you.
Ew. They had my brother when they were 19 and 20, and then me 3 years later. So early 20s, before 25, whatever, 23, 24. And so I think back to those years and I'm like, bruh, I would not have been ready to.
Right?
No.
20 or 19? Fuck no.
And this is obviously our personal experience.
I'm still trying to figure out how to wipe my ass at 19.
Ew, you still were staining your underwear? No comment. I feel like we've always been like on a different page with like the whole kid situation. Like now, I think it's been a few years now, right? That we're both on the same page where it's kind of like...
What page is that?
Like we're down to have maybe max 2 kids, right? If one. And I'm saying max 2 because we don't even know if we'll have one. And the only reason we don't know is because of this. And so back in 2019, we had a wild night.
There's like 20 reasons. 20 reasons.
What is that, a butt?
There's like 100,000 reasons Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, you did sorry. This.
It's because you said wild night and my head went, I don't know. There's like 20,000 reasons to like not have a kid, but I was like, I mean, sure, whatever.
Okay, well, we can talk about that after this. So
we had a wild night.
And I'm telling you, we had a wild night because we was drinking. We were drinking Jack and Coke.
Oh.
And we decided to have unprotected sex. And
I mean, that's kind of normal for like a lot of couples out there, right?
Well, I mean, we've been together forever, and we were just, you're in the middle of it. You're in heatness. You're like, stick it in, girl. And
hey, so vulgar.
And we had been together forever. We were married. It's not like, I don't know. It was easy in the moment, right? Especially when you're drinking. Everything seems so easy until the next day you're like, oh shit. Anywho, that's what happened. And the next day we're like, all right, we got to take a plan B, girl, because we ain't ready to pop out no babies.
Plan B night.
Yeah. How many plan Bs have we taken?
2.
Yeah? Not that many, right?
Like 2 or 3 tops.
Yeah, because I feel like some people use them like crazy.
Nah.
Yeah, we're very careful.
Yeah.
And then we're very careful. Safe. We're very careful, and then we also, like, if we do have unprotected sex, we know that it's not in the window of ovulation. Yeah. But so we had a wild night, and the next day we had regrets. We're like, bro, who are you? Who are we? Just kidding. Like, who are you?
I was like, how dare you?
How dare you try to get pregnant?
That's it, yeah.
No, we were living in Houston at this time. This is the only time we haven't lived in San Antonio, right? We lived in Katy, Texas, specifically. This is all part of the story, I guess. It's very detailed, more detailed than it should be. It's probably because I don't want to get to it. But we took the plan B, and then we're chilling.
She took a plan B.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, yeah, I'm ovulating. I was like, bruh. I was like, this shit don't work when you're ovulating.
No, pero no me dijiste eso. Like, we didn't even find out about it until later.
Stressed. When you told me you were ovulating, I looked it up. I was like, bruh.
I looked it up too, but I was like, the odds. Like,
I was just like.
So I took a plan B when I was ovulating. So before I go deeper into the story, if you're ovulating, guys, plan B does not work. Plan B doesn't work as like an abortion pill, because some people be referring to it like an abortion pill. Prevents pregnancy by delaying or stopping ovulation. So it stops it and delays it. But if you're already in it, girl, it doesn't do anything, because it's like you're already there.
Delaying or stopping.
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't stopping mean that you started?
I don't know. Well, that's what Google says, but per a lot of our research that we've done, plan B does not work when you're ovulating. And if I was you, I wouldn't test the limits if you're not trying to get pregnant.
Don't test the limits.
Because I ended up getting pregnant. And how do we find out? Literally the day that I was supposed to start my period, because yo soy exacta. Like, when I'm gonna start my period, I'm like gonna start my period. That day, number 28 or 29, it's always one of those. And if it's like past or before, it's like weird. But I missed it by one day. And babe was like, you're fine. And I was like, no. I was like, take me to get a fucking pregnancy test. The amount of pregnancy tests I've taken in my life, that's a lot. I haven't taken that many plan Bs, but I've taken a lot of pregnancy tests.
Yeah, you're very like, oh my God, I'm a day late.
Because I am so exact. That's why I find it weird.
You're so exact, but then like your thyroid shit started messing you up.
Yeah, anywho, that's beside the point. But because my thyroid shit didn't start until after this, I told them, I was like, we need to take a pregnancy test, because I feel like I'm pregnant. I like, in my mind, I don't know if it's like a placebo effect, like you think you're pregnant. I was like, bro, my tits hurt. But I've heard that sometimes it works like that, like you start feeling like symptoms. I was like, my boobs really hurt, and it wasn't like the normal period pain, because it's like tolerable. It was like more intense. So we got the pregnancy test, and we brought it home, and we took it. We were together in the restroom, right? We were together in the restroom, and I think I don't remember how it happened because it's like a blur, but I feel like you looked at it first. Or am I lying? Or did we look at it together?
I think we looked at it together.
What did you think? Did you think I was going to be pregnant, or you thought it was just going to be like a...
Oh, I didn't think you were going to be pregnant.
Yeah, well, I was pregnant, you guys. And I started just crying.
Yeah, you started crying.
And I was like, I'm not ready. What are we going to do? Like, I don't know what to do and all this stuff. And I was just crying. And how did you feel?
I was like...
Yake?
Pues yake. And I was like, it's okay. It's going to be fine. We're going to be fine.
Yeah, he was very comforting. I was like going crazy. And he was like, everything's going to be okay. I think by the time that you find out, if you miss your period, like, and you take it the day of, like, you're 4 weeks pregnant, right? Supuestamente. And so... we were in Katy, Texas, and I just looked up to see what doctor I could find nearby so we could take an official pregnancy test, because you never know, right? Sometimes things could be wrong. So we went to a doctor there in Houston, and they did the pregnancy test, the blood one, and I was pregnant.
Still?
Yeah, I was pregnant. And then once we knew that for sure, we told my mom and your grandma. My parents. I don't even know how I told them. I know your grandma, we gave her like a little thing, my pea stick.
Your pea stick full of pea.
We gave her that. And then to my parents, I don't remember how I told them.
We didn't give it to her, we just kind of showed it.
Yeah. So we told very like close people to us. We did not put this on social media, nowhere. This was like super private, right?
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people knew. 6 weeks or something when we told them, because we wanted to make sure we were really pregnant. And that's why we went to the doctor. And then after that, I think your aunt actually referred me to a OBGYN, because I was like, bro, I have to start looking for a doctor because I don't know nothing about this shit. So she told me about a doctor. And in San Antonio, because we were planning on moving back to San Antonio, literally like 2 months after we found out we were pregnant. I think we were planning on, or a month after we were planning on moving back to San Antonio.
No, the planning started pretty immediate.
About moving back to San Antonio?
Yeah.
So
you were like pregnant, or we found out and you're like, bro, I can't do this here in Katy.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, let's go back.
I don't remember that. See, I feel like a lot of the things I like blocked out. I thought we already knew we were moving back to San Antonio because the lease was going to be over.
Well, I guess we did cap ourselves at a year.
Okay.
And I guess I was going to leave the company regardless.
Yeah, because you weren't
happy
there. But so we looked for an OB here in San Antonio. Granted, we were still living in Katy. So one of the days we scheduled an appointment. And we came down to San Antonio for the appointment. It was just like your normal first appointment that you have with an OB. They're going to check if everything's okay, whatever. So Babe was there, of course, because he has to be there. And my mother was there. And they took me in to do an ultrasound. Because I was so early, I think by that point I was 8 weeks, so 2 months. And they took me into the ultrasound room. And since the baby was still like super small, they do a vaginal sounds weird. They do a vaginal ultrasound.
Vaginal?
Yeah. So they do a vaginal ultrasound because you are still like super early. So they were doing that. I don't know, it's weird. Maybe it's because I've seen a lot of shows or movies or something, but the ultrasound tech was like very quiet. Like she wasn't saying a lot. Obviously you just hear her like taking pictures of like things, and you don't even know what you're seeing on the screen, right? You can't tell. But we thought, even though the baby was that small, that we would be able to hear like the heart or something. But there's nothing. And then I don't know if it's like an instinct or something, but in my gut I was like, something's wrong.
Yeah, you could kind of tell from the text. She like switched up. Like she was
right,
kind of like peppy, and then she was just kind of started like getting quiet.
That's what it was, right? Okay, yeah, because when she welcomed us in, I'm sure she was being like super friendly and like whatever, and then I think that changed. Like she got quiet, and I think I even like tried to ask something.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, I'm just taking measurements, and the doctor's gonna talk to you."
Yeah. I asked because I was like, what's going on? Like, you're not gonna tell me nothing? Because I feel like, honestly, I've seen like so many things, and I've watched so many like birthing videos and so many things, and I feel like whenever they're getting the ultrasound, even the tech will be like, here's the baby right here, whatever, and I was hearing nothing. So I was like, hello? She kind of didn't answer whatever I asked her. I don't remember what I asked her. She just referred us to the doctor. Like, the doctor is going to talk to you. And it was weird also because we weren't supposed to see the doctor that day. We weren't supposed to meet her because she wasn't supposed to be available to us. We are just going to meet with like a different person. And so whenever she said, oh, the doctor's going to talk to you, I was like, the doctor? Okay.
Like the meta.
Yeah.
OBGYN.
Whatever that happened, I think she like let me get dressed or whatever. And I think once I was getting dressed, and I told you already, I was like, something's wrong.
I was like, we don't know yet. And you were like, I mean, you just knew. Yeah.
I just felt it in my heart. Room that they put us in, and we're waiting for the doctor, and then she comes in, and you could obviously tell it was bad news, guys. If you've ever gotten bad news at the doctor, you know.
Like taking it easy, like soft voice.
Well, I guess not. Who knows? Maybe not all doctors are like that, but she was very sweet in her delivery, even though it was not a good delivery, like a good news. So she just told us that from what she could see, I'm supposed to be 8 weeks, and the baby was measuring at 6 weeks, and basically it looks like the baby has stopped growing. And that
the fetus.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not 100% sure, so I do need to run these tests. And basically it's the hormone test. They check to make sure that, I think your H something G levels are increasing, but so they send you to run those tests just to be 100% sure that that's what's happening. But she was like pretty, like in her percentage, she was pretty sure that the fetus was no longer viable. And
miscarriage.
Yeah.
And or she was saying like, you're going to miscarry.
Yeah, because I hadn't miscarried yet, but it was coming. And so she was like, I still want to do these things, but I don't even remember when she did that. Did we come back to another appointment to schedule the rest, or did she tell us everything there that day?
I think it was there that day, no?
I think we scheduled it, and then if things weren't gonna turn out that way, like everything was good, we would cancel it. So basically that day she gave us options. She said, I'm pretty sure you're gonna miscarry, so either you can have it naturally and we don't have to do anything, you just deal with it on your own, and when it comes, or you can take a pill that I'll send you home with, and then it'll cause the miscarriage. It'll like do like kind of like abort the baby. And then the last thing was a DNC procedure, which is basically they go in there and they scrape everything out of your uterus to make sure it's like clean, and they get it all out, because all of these situations, like you miscarry on your own or the pill, sometimes when you have those, your body won't clear everything out. So there's cases where you actually will need the DNC procedure even if you did those other things. If not, you can get like infections and stuff. So I think we just decided to go with the most like safe option, which was do the DNC. But I think she made me come back to get blood work like 2-3 days after that. I think she made me get blood work that day actually, and they checked that, and then they compared it to me when I came back the other day. They compared those, and then they called me and they told me, yeah, your levels are still dropping, so we have to move forward with your procedure. Obviously this was like 5 years ago, so it's a little easier to talk about for me now, but it was a rough time. So during that time before I had the DNC procedure, I was like so sad. And I still remember we had a Cancun trip planned, or Cozumel.
Yeah.
So obviously we canceled it.
It was Cozumel.
Yeah. We canceled it because everything was going on, and it's like you don't know if you're going to miscarry out there. So it's like, yeah, I was distraught, and I blamed myself a lot, because I told Babe, I was like, I asked the doctor this too. I was like, was it the plan B that I took? And she said no, because again, that doesn't work if you're ovulating, like that does not cause you to have a miscarriage. That's not the reason why. And then I kind of like blame myself. I was like, bruh, it's my fault, because whenever I found out that I was pregnant, I was so stressed out, and I was like, I don't think I can do this. And so I was blaming myself a lot, because I was like, I caused this and all this shit. But obviously it's so common, like it's so crazy. But so 80% of miscarriages occur during the first trimester, but for women who know they're pregnant, about 10 to 20 in 100 pregnancies end in miscarriage. 10 to 20 in 100, so 10 to 20%.
So it's like 1/5 or 1/10.
So yeah, miscarriages are super common in the first trimester. That's why a lot of people don't even tell people they're pregnant in the first trimester, because it's like you're unsure if it's gonna be even viable because of that fear of losing the baby. Yeah, I blame myself a lot. I think I blame myself for a long time, even after that. But so that happened. We were told the news. What was going through your mind? How did you feel?
I kind of felt like an out-of-body experience.
It was weird, right?
Yeah, like I was there, but like I wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just like seeing the situation from the outside in. And it really sucked because you were devastated. And I really just wanted to be there for you. So I kind of felt like I couldn't feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, so he was super strong about it, and at least what he showed, right? Like he didn't show me anything. Like I think he was what I needed in the moment. Because I think if we were both like distraught, I think it wouldn't have been. I don't know. Like I don't know how that would have been. You know what I mean? Like if we were both. I feel like, how do I explain how they say like in a relationship, you always have to do 100, because if someone isn't.
Yeah, you gotta pull the weight.
Yeah.
So you were like down and I was up.
Not up, right?
Not up.
But you were trying to be strong for us. Anywho, so they told us about
sad topics.
This is real life, and that's why we're ending it with this, and we're coming back with fun stuff. It's because it goes into like why we haven't had kids, basically. And so they told us the news, and I think a week later is when they performed the DNC procedure. My mom and my husband were both there, because my mom is always there.
Yeah, that was the worst. I hated seeing you there. Like just being there at the hospital for that, and then you in your little suit, and then especially after seeing you, just like I just feel like I couldn't put you through that again. So
basically how the procedure works is it's like what is it, like an in and out, like they do it and then you can leave that day. An outpatient surgery. If you've never had this procedure, you go in, they check you in, they drug you up, they take you down to the OR. I remember them taking me down to the elevator, and then we made it to the operating table. And I just remember them saying, okay, help us move you over to the table where they're gonna operate on. And I was like, okay. And I was just like moving like this. And then they were like, okay, I think it was like count backwards to 1, and I was like 3, and I don't remember anything else.
3.
And then I was out, and then I remember waking up in the recovery room.
I know.
And in the recovery room, I was like, where the fuck am I? It's weird. I've never been in a situation like that.
Were you just out and then up?
Yeah, and then I was like, what the hell? And then my stomach really hurt. It felt like I had to poop. And the nurse came when she saw me, and she was like, how do you feel? And I was like, I think I have to go poop. And she was like, oh, no, it's And then she like looked at me down here, and apparently I was bleeding. So like she like changed me, because I had to change into something else. There was like 3 other people in front of me recovering, and I think there was like a person next to me. And they're like, you're gonna be here for like a little bit more. And I think I like crashed out for a little bit longer, and then I got back up, and I think I remember them wheeling me to the room, and then finally y'all came. And it's funny because my mom was there, and so you were there, but she wanted to help me do everything. She was like,
yeah, she wanted to do everything.
Yeah, like babe was there to be my man's and take care of me, but she was like, oh, I'll go in there with her. Like she was really taking care of me.
Yeah, I was like, that's fine.
I really appreciate her for that, because I don't know, I feel like there's things that we may bicker about. We don't really fight anymore, but there's things that we've been through, but I feel like she's always been there for me in the best and my worst moments, if that makes sense.
We walk.
What? And she was there the entire time, and she helped me change into my clothes. And yeah, después nos fuimos. Took for fucking ever for us to check us out, right?
It did, yeah.
They always take forever at hospitals to check you out. I'm like, girl, just let me go home. Whatever, we went home. I think we stayed in town for like what, a few days?
Mm-hmm.
Not that long though, right? Maybe like 2 days, because we
Yeah.
had to get back. I think you had to go back to work and just get back to our
fucking work,
our normal life. And I remember we went. When we were here in town after I got out, I cried a lot at my parents, but I feel like I couldn't. I don't know, it was weird because I feel like I couldn't cry a lot because I was at my parents' house, so I felt like I didn't want my parents to feel bad for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I still remember the drive back to Katie. I think that's when I was like losing my shit, no? Like I was crying a lot.
On the road?
Yeah. Or was I just numb? I don't remember. Because I do remember one of the moments. I think I must have been crying maybe on the way to San Antonio when we already knew that what was happening. I think I cried a lot. And then on the way back to Houston after we had the DNC procedure, I felt like I was kind of like quiet and like numb. And then in pain, I think I was like cramping because I was going through. Because even after they do the DNC procedure, you're still like blood is coming out of you. So it's kind of like a really heavy period, basically. So we got back to Katie, and I think finally when we got back is when that's when I went through it, huh?
Yeah, Katie was just shitty. Fuck Katie. And
I honestly feel like we correlate Katie being shitty because of the situation.
Yeah.
Like I feel we also weren't going out or doing a lot over there, but I feel like a lot of the time, our time in Katie, we're like, oh my God, it was the worst, but it was because we went through this, and so we weren't having fun.
And then like my job there just sucked the soul out of me, so that sucked. And then this situation just like pushed it over the top. And then, man, I was like not home a lot. That sucked. And now I'm home a lot, and so I'm not. When I annoy her, I'm like.
Yeah, I just remember being really sad, and I remember one night I was like really sad and I was crying, and I will always remember. I don't know why that day. I remember that day a lot.
What day was that?
It was just I was super emotional after the DNC procedure. And I cried, but it was like this like ugly cry, like desesperado cry. You remember it, right? Like it feels like you cannot stop crying, but it's like a kind of like a yell, but not a yell. I don't know, it's ugly,
like a war cry. Yeah.
And I remember I told babe, I was like, you know that you can feel too, right? Like because I felt like he was being strong for me, but then I also felt in that moment, I think I was like, I feel like you need to feel too, because one, I felt maybe like you're holding it all in, and two, I was like, or maybe he's like fine, like it didn't hurt him.
Yeah, you
like I didn't know.
I definitely felt you were definitely assessing me. Like you were like telling me I could feel, and I definitely like bottled shit up. I just felt like it wasn't the time. Yeah,
but you did then like tell me
what
things.
Did I say?
You're just like, of course I feel. I'm just like, I feel like you told me I feel like I couldn't feel, or I can't feel because I'm trying to, like he kept telling me like I didn't go through this, and I'm like, but you did. Like it was both of us. It wasn't just me.
Too, yeah, because I think you were tripping about like, why isn't he tripping? Or why isn't he feeling or something? And I was like, I was like a bystander. and I was just trying to be there for you first. Because you definitely took all of that. I wanted to be strong, I wanted to be there for you, and I wanted to...
Yeah, but I think I then told you that, and then you then told me. You were like, I think you released.
I did release?
Yeah.
I probably did.
Yeah, I think you... I have never seen... I rarely see Babe cry.
I cried?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what... I don't know how many times I've seen you cry. Maybe like 3 times?
Damn, that's a lot of times.
Girl, in 13 years, people? You've seen me cry like every day.
1,000 times.
And so I feel like he finally let it out, and he told me, of course I feel like I'm feeling something. And my thing again was, I was questioning, I was in my mind too, like I was like sad, whatever, but then I was also like, bruh, you can't hold on to this on your own. And I felt like he had been there for me like this entire time. Like it was time for him to like at least talk to me, like tell me how you feel or what's going on, because I think a lot of the times I remember our drives, and it was just like me talking a lot and you just like listening, and then you would respond like things like trying to be like positive things, but like very little bit. So it was just like, it was just me, kind of like this, how I talk a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, how do you feel? And then you finally said
some shit.
You said some shit. I don't remember your exact words.
I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, I hated that we were going through that, but I hated that you were going through that. Like, because I was like, I don't care about we right now, I care about you.
Yeah, I know. After that happened, he was like, I never want to go through this again.
Bruh, no. We don't need kids. Because
he saw, I guess, the whole... Obviously, I lived it, so I feel like I felt it maybe even less than you, because I was like in there, but you were watching. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I was not watching the surgery.
Not watching, but you know what I mean? Like you were an outside perspective, so you were like, I don't want you to go through that again.
Yeah, like I was there for the whole thing, like the before, the during, the after. But so were you.
Were you sad about me going through like that whole procedure, or you're just talking about the whole thing in general? Because I know that you were like, I never want you to go through that again, and it was like the procedure.
Well, it wasn't like just the procedure. It was just, everything surrounding that. But it was also like, I feel like the mother is attached on like day one, and I don't feel like the father is attached on day one like that. Maybe day one from being born.
I think you would be attached like once you're feeling the baby kick and stuff.
Yeah. But like it was so sudden and so soon, like I hadn't even
processed. Yeah, it was quick, because week 4 we're pregnant, week 6 we're still pregnant, and then week 8 it was done.
Yeah.
And it's not like every day we were checking, are we still pregnant? So we were like from week 6 to week 8 we were like chilling, living our day to day. And then when we went to go get checked on week 8, it was like everything was over. But I remember from week 4 to 8, I mean, we had already started like planning shit and like trying to figure out names. We were joking, saying we're gonna name him Jack.
I know.
Because of Jack Daniels. Making plans, for the future. And so I think that's the hard part. It's like you already, even though I was scared to become a mom, we had already started making those little plans, and that's what makes it hard, right? Because then it's like now all that is taken away in like a day or less, whatever. And I guess that's what made it hard for me. Needless to say, a lot of women go through miscarriages, and they keep trying until they finally get pregnant and they have their baby. And I am very like in awe of those women, because I'm not like that. I told Babe after we had the miscarriage, I'm like, bro, I'm not trying again. Like, I don't want to try to get pregnant again. And I think I even told you, I was like, I'm not even sure if we will have a baby, because this was so hard on me. And again, I think people take miscarriages differently, but it
affects everyone differently.
Yeah. But I feel like I took it really hard.
Yeah, you did.
And my fear was to go through it again. And my fear still is to go through it again. So then that's another reason, right? Why we haven't had kids. That's one reason why we've been stalling on having kids, is because I am afraid of going through that again. And I think you're a little scared too.
Yeah, I'm a little scared to give up my selfishness.
He's scared of that. I'm
Can't
scared.
Give that up.
I'm scared of having a miscarriage, but it's also for me, since after I had the miscarriage, I developed thyroid issues. So with the thyroid issues, you have to be even like more on top of getting pregnant. So it's like you have to plan it. Like I can't just go and be like, hey babe, let's have a baby, let's, like, I'm ovulating, let's fuck. No, I have to call my doctor and I have to tell her I'm planning on getting pregnant, and then she has to make sure that my levels are at a certain place, and then we can try. So it has to be like this whole
this whole thing.
This whole thing, like it becomes a whole thing, like a plan. It's not like spontaneous.
I'm like a fucking stud.
Obviously all the other anxieties we have about raising children, right? And me and babe have, because I feel like a lot of people, and you know who you are, people out here having kids because they're like, I need someone to take care of me when I'm old. That is the most selfish fucking reason to have kids.
Having kids is selfish.
Yeah.
No other reason to have kids.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, if I have a kid, I'm not expecting them to take care of me when I'm old. Like, that is not their job. I didn't bring them to this earth for them to now repay me and take care of me.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's
like, they don't owe me anything. It was my decision to bring them.
Yeah, that's true. And we don't owe them shit either.
What the fuck?
They're gonna be like, oh look, dad's about to croak. We're about to get all his stuff. Yeah, right. Just went to Goodwill. What? Not Goodwill. Went to my dog.
You're dumb. Shut up. I'm saying you're dumb.
Again?
You're dumb.
3. Why?
Because obviously if they're a really shitty kid, you wouldn't want to leave them things. But
so we owe them, but they don't owe us.
They don't owe us anything.
But we owe them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we owe them if they're like good kids. It's because like when it comes to having a kid, you guys, it is selfish. It's a selfish reason. We were selfish enough to bring them into this world. And what if they're like, bruh, you brought me into this world. I didn't choose to be here. It was our decision to bring them into this world.
It was either selfish or an accident.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who have accidents, but for us, it would be selfish.
It would be selfish.
It wouldn't be an accident.
Right. It would be selfish to have a kid. Yes. Except it wouldn't.
It's like selfishly selfless.
Yeah. Because you don't need one.
No.
It's a want. It's like.
Yeah. And honestly, I think the last maybe 2 to 3 years, right? Because that's when we've been really talking about actually possibly having a kid. And that is the reason why we say possibly, right? Because you never know what can happen. Like, you can try, and 1, you just don't get pregnant anymore. 2, you have I can have another miscarriage. Like, let's be fucking for real. And if I have another miscarriage, I don't know that I would try again. Like, I think that would be it. And then that's it. We're just gonna be cool aunt and uncles.
But I don't babysit. I do not. Ask anybody. Ask any real racer. I don't babysit.
That is why I always say, if we have kids, because I'm not living in this fairy tale world where I'm like, everything's gonna be okay. I'm like a realist, and I'm like, if this happens, then this is what's gonna happen. But I do want a kid, and the only reason, obviously, I've loved you forever, and I never.
This is the best reason. And
I never knew if I wanted kids, because I was like, why do I want a kid? Like, I was right, like, why?
Little shits just running around.
Like, what is the reason? But for me, and maybe it's because my love grew, because it grows all the time for you. But I was like, I want me and him in a little person, because I feel like he's the best person that I know, and I'm okay. And so I feel like us together would be a great combo. A little bit of you and a little bit of us.
Like the truest form of love.
It's us and a little person.
It's like we made this little fucking thing.
Yeah.
But what if it gets an Edgar cut?
I'll make fun of it. I'll make fun of him.
I'm gonna send it to boot camp. Like, you're gonna get a cut like me now.
So that's the reason why we do wanna eventually try for a kid, but since it is so logistical, like, oh, you have to call this doctor and you have to make sure you're okay, and then I also want to make sure that I'm like at my prime in health. And I don't know if you noticed, but I'm trying to cut back on my drinking because I feel like in a way in the back of my mind I'm preparing for something.
Okay.
What is that? What?
Yeah, I feel like
speechless.
If you were like, let's have a kid, I'd be like, bro, give me like one good reason why. That would be the one good reason.
Yeah,
there would be no other good reason.
I feel like that should be the only reason, no? Because what other reason can you think of? Obviously an accident. We're not talking about accidents up in this bitch. But I'm talking about if both of you are on the same page, right? Like not someone getting someone else pregnant because you love them so much. But like y'all are both on the same page. I feel like what other reason could you have? Like I think about it. I've thought about it so many times, guys, because I've had 13 years to think about if I want kids with this man or in general.
Or in general? Who's that?
Who's general? Yeah, because I'm thinking, I'm like, what is another reason to have a kid? Like, tell me.
No other reason. I've heard of stupid reasons.
Like, tell me the stuff you hear.
Like taxes. Stupid. Like if that's someone's actual reason.
It's like imagine the amount of money you spend throughout the year. It doesn't line up.
And
it doesn't add up.
It keeps going. You think you're done? Like it's a human. Like they're gonna keep going. You're gonna.
But not just that. Even the tax credit that you get. Like I'm saying, how much do you spend on them? Like it doesn't
They have
equal.
to eat. They're gonna want shoes, video games. They're gonna want to buy Fortnite skins.
Okay, so taxes. What else do other people say? So they could take care of me when I'm old. That's another one. That's the worst one I hear. TBH.
They take care of me when you're old. I mean, who else is gonna take care of you when you're old?
Put me in a nursing home. I don't care.
Nah, don't put me in a nursing home.
Put me in a Home Depot.
Another reason why people have kids, I don't know, maybe they just like want a big family. That's valid.
Yeah, but why?
Selfish reasons. It's always selfish reasons.
Yeah, and the way that I always look at like a big family, you only have 2 parents. You know what I mean? Like 2 against, say you have 6 kids. Are you really going to pay attention to are you going to really meet their needs for that many kids? Like
you have to start like ranking them like, all right, you're the favorite, obviously. You're 2, and then you're obviously the worst.
And then it's like trauma. You're creating trauma kids with trauma. I've thought about it before, like how when I was like, oh, I want 4 kids, and I'm like, girl, no. I was like 2 kids probably max, because I feel like with 2 kids we're not outnumbered.
That's true. We'll jump them.
And but I'd be good with just 1 too.
Yeah, I'd be good with 1 and done.
So that's where we're at with our kid situation. And so that's why, like, when people ask me, I'm like, yeah, I do want to have a kid, but it's more than that. It's more than just wanting a kid, right? For us, again, it's, at least for me, is because I want to combine us into a little person. And I always tell Babe, I'm like, I hope they're more like you than me, because you're resilient and I feel like I'm not.
What's that?
Like I feel like you just overcome so many things quickly, and like this shit doesn't bother you. You're always like you know, like a phoenix, you rise from the ashes. Yes. And sometimes I'm just in the ashes sometimes, and it takes me a while to rise. I'm like burning in there.
You just gotta, accept life for what it is. You just get this spot, Le echas ganas, you get stuff out, you enjoy.
Well, I'm just saying that I want our kids to be more like you than me.
Life goes on.
We do want kids, but we don't know if we're going to have them, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, like our kid's going to do something, they're going to get in trouble and be like, bah! And then they're going to be crying and be like, and life goes on.
He always says, I'm going to do this when I have a kid. I'm going to do this when I have a kid. And I tell him, even with me, I never say that. When have I said I'm going to do this when I have a kid?
I'm
right?
sure you have. I just can't think of it.
No, I don't say it because I know that you can plan all you want, but shit never works out that way. It's like you just got hit by a truck. You don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know how that kid's going to be. You don't know how you're going to handle certain situations. You think you know right now. You can be like, yeah, I'm never going to take them to Disney when they're little, but you might still because you're going to...
Fuck no, I won't take them to Disney. The only way I will be at Disney with the little child thing, this big, is because you forced us to go. And I can see that happening. I'm
just saying because I've seen like these podcasters that I watch or YouTubers, they're like, we're never taking our kid to Disney when they're a baby. Like, are people dumb? And then where were they when they had their baby? They were at Disney.
But why? They don't even remember.
Because no. Because at the end of the day, like they said, yeah, you want to create memories for them. Obviously, we know they're not going to remember that. So that was a memory for us. Like we wanted to see them like have fun. Obviously not like when they're a newborn, but when they're like walking around already, like 2-3, they're running around seeing Mickey and they get all excited about seeing Mickey. Like they said that they felt happy being able to bring them happiness in that moment, even though they know they're not going to remember that.
I feel you, but Disney and like fucking Chuck E. Cheese at 3 or 4, are they going to tell the difference?
I'm just saying, guys, mark my words. If we have kids, Aaron's going to be hit by a truck because he says, I'm not going to do this. They're not going to do this. They're not going to get hit by a truck. They're not going to live. Once they turn 18, they're moving out of my fucking house.
Out.
I'm going to send this clip to our kid.
Out. Do you hear me, sir?
I'm going to send
your eviction notice.
I'm going to send this clip to our kid. And they're like 25 living at our house.
Oh, fuck no, 25?
Hey, they're in college. They're trying to become a doctor. Let them live
that's
here.
That's what I said. So I was scared. And that's my way of getting them to go to school. You graduate high school, you go to college, I'll pay for everything. You can stay here, you can go wherever.
Yeah, but at the end of the day...
you don't want to do college and you want to live real life, then you go and live real life somewhere else.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they are their own human and they're going to do whatever they want to do. And you can't force them to do anything. It's like us with our families. We can't be forced to do anything. It's what we wanted to do.
That's true.
And so you say all these things, but I think you're going to be very different. And then I'm going to laugh in your face, especially if you have a girl. Because one thing I will tell you is we were actually going to have a girl.
That's true.
We're actually going to have a girl. So I actually don't know if our next baby, if we try, it might be a boy actually. If I get pregnant with another girl, that means that girls, you know that the man chooses the gender?
Oh, I choose?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't pick a girl.
You chose a girl apparently.
Well, I didn't pick a guy either though. So.
A girl or a guy? How about
a
boy?
A girl or a boy?
A guy.
Dude, a little dude. I picked the gender?
Yeah, it says that the man.
Ah, bueno.
And it's funny because sometimes how men are like, you're supposed to have a boy and you're having a bunch of girls, but it's really them. They're the ones shooting the gender. I don't know how you choose it though. You gotta figure out.
One and done.
You gotta
flip a coin. I don't care. They'll both be drifting my cars with me, so whatever.
Yeah, I don't care either, but I obviously know. I feel like they're both hard.
Boy or girl, they're both gonna drive my racing car with me at the track.
But they're old enough.
Yeah, 9.
They're gonna drive it?
12.
Ay, Dios mío. I'm already stressed out, you guys. I don't even have one. Yeah, so that's our kid situation, and that is the end of the season. Bruh, in 2 months, hopefully our house is already built.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to document some shit, take some videos here and there, and then I've been watching Bae edit on fucking CapCut on her phone, and I'm like, so let me just put this together. A ver qué.
I'll be posting on YouTube. I have a lot of, I think like 3 videos that are supposed to go up for YouTube that I haven't put together. But anywho, since we're taking some time off from the podcast, go watch my YouTube channel, and hopefully, well, I'll post it on here, so not on here, on my Instagram. If you follow me, you'll know if there's a video up or not. But my YouTube channel is Totally Talia.
It totally is.
And I post a lot on TikTok. So
you do.
Watch on there. I probably post like at least like 6 videos a week. So
on TikTok.
You can go see my ice baths on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Bro, every time I go in there, I'm like, I breathe all fucking weird.
Yeah, it's hard to breathe.
My whole like thing like swells up right here. It's ugly. I'm like, what's going on to me? What's going on to me?
It's hard to breathe in there.
But yeah, that's it, you guys. Sorry if this was a downer.
I know, I was like,
babe, didn't want to film this.
But do we have to?
I told him, I was like, it has to be like a big topic to end it with. And I think it's a good ending because now we don't have to talk about kids. Like when we're having kids.
We'll be back. We'll be back because we'll be back.
We'll have a lot to catch y'all up on.
Yeah, that's true. I'll take notes and shit.
For the podcast.
Trying to keep like a topic list.
Oh, we also want to put like a little Google Doc or something so people can submit confessions, advice, am I the assholes, anonymously, you guys, so y'all don't have to out yourselves. Because I know some people want advice, but they don't want to say who they is, and that's understandable.
That's cool.
Or you just want to get off something off your chest.
Or just make shit up. Just lie.
Yeah, I might just write one up.
Yeah. I'll write like 12 of them anonymously. That'd be funny.
We're like, oh my god, we received 12 entries all from you. Bro, you couldn't come up with a lie to save yourself.
I know, huh?
I think I can come up with some stories. Okay, guys. I keep delaying the end to this because it's our season finale. When do we come back?
It's a good question. When do we come back?
When's a good time to come back? Comment down below if y'all got this far. When should we come back? What do you think? We'll update y'all on our Instagram. And shout out to our 42 subscribers.
42?
Yeah, we gained one today.
Damn, y'all wild then. Be on our comeback. We'll do like another little giveaway on our comeback. That'd be cool. Oi, oi.
Comment, subscribe, like, and we'll see you on the next season. Bye.
See you. Gang, gang.
Why do you look like that? Why do you look like a little boy?